means hello. That's the hello burp translated. So I just went to the gas station. It's right up there. And I bought this Topo Chico. It's just mineral water and it's carbonated. I took Young Don's suggestion and I tried carbonated water, which is normally horrible. It was horrible my whole life. And I think it is still horrible, but apparently this isn't like distilled or regular filtered water. It's mineral water, whatever the hell it is. But this has some weird taste to it on top of just being carbonated. So maybe that's what mineral water is, just water with some odd taste to it. Because it isn't sugar. It isn't sweet. It isn't a sweet taste. It's some odd flavoring to it. So when I was trying to figure it out as I was walking home and drinking it, I was thinking it was cat piss. Now, I don't know what cat piss tastes like, but I was just calling it cat piss. And I bought a pack of cigs. I don't really feel the urge to smoke like I was the first, I call it the 72-hour hump, 3-day hump with getting over anything like I did with cigs every time that I quit. It's the 3-day hump, but also the sugar, and of course with alcohol. But I think alcohol was longer too, because I'm pretty sure it was longer because I also had it was just the normal stuff for the 3-day hump, but also there was this weird thing with like my insides, my intestines, and my gut, and my liver and kidney and everything. It was just like all up in here. It was like, oh, dude, you're dying. You need to go to like the hospital and stuff. And I was like, oh, I do? Okay, are you gonna like magical mystery machine me out like an ambulance to take me there? No? Okay, well, we're staying fucking here. We're riding this bitch out. And, I was fine. So all those people that are like, oh, I gotta go to rehab for my alcohol and my heroin and everything, it's like, what a bunch of pussies. Just man it up, grab your balls, and fucking, fucking do it. I'm betting heroin is like in between 2 and 10 times as bad as that, so, It was pretty fucked up, though. Should not downplay it. It was pretty fucked up. But when you're poor, you're just like, whatever. They don't give a crap about me. They do whatever. People don't care about me anyways. So, on top of that, don't have any money. So, and my mom was dead at that point, and my dad's all the way up in Wisconsin and in a nursing home. So, don't have any friends. So, it's just like, I might as well be dead to the world. Dead, invisible, or a ghost. So I was like, whatever. As good as homeless. I mean, really. That's messed up. Let's try and fix that. I got thread kind of caught up in my zipper. Okay, there we go. There we go. So that's nice. Which reminds me, I watched a video about how a zipper was made, and I also watched a video about the weird button-like things that are on your jeans, kind of near your pockets. They're not buttons, they're rivets. So you can watch that video. Don't really have any comments on it. It's just kind of interesting, educational, weird things to watch on YouTube that you can watch and be like, oh, that's interesting, semi-useless information. But it's just fun to watch. Just kind of fun to watch things that, if you have a mind that absorbs stuff and kind of never forgets, it'll be taking up valuable real estate that you probably will never have, a reason to, you'll probably not be totally useless. But for me, it's interesting to watch, and I will forget it at some point, and yeah. Oh, yes. Sometimes you just need to bend it over and let the fart out. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. I don't know if your YouTube is like mine, but I keep getting an ad for a guy selling I don't know what it is, but it's like a thing that's got like, I don't know, it shoots out a flame like that big, and I'm just like, oh, because I need that. I don't know if it's electronic or anything, but getting all these ads for things, and I'm like, I would be interested in buying that if I had if I had like an extra $5,000, I'm not doing anything with. I think I got POO. All right, man. To POO or not to POO, I'll be back with you. Well, there's took POO. And yeah, I'm gonna go outside and walk a little bill. Yeah. And I'm playing Ebony song, setting up my mining stuff. And people suck. Ebony, you gotta gather up crap. I mean, you don't gotta, but you gotta. You don't gotta, but you gotta. Talk about Ebony a little bit in the game, in the stream. video, whatever. The point is, Fahooty booty. Wait, I think it's this one. The lumber is, okay, whatever. Alright, whatever. Anyways, just close that out and be like, whatever. I'm gonna walk my fat ass around the block for a while. And it's hot out. It's 80. The thing says 88. What does this thing say it is? It's Trinity weather at Yahoo. Ooh, that says it's 91 degrees. Ooh, spicy. And it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Not Monday, but Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday. So we got some water coming into town. I wonder if it's gonna rain. It's supposed to rain in the hill country, like I guess that was last year sometime when there was a flood, and then they were like, "Oh, kids died and stuff," and then people on the right were like hopes and prayers, and people on the left, and this is political stuff. People on the left were like, "So should have had better early warning and all that stuff." So, are we going to do that now, or are we just going to wait for it to happen again, and then you're going to do hopes and prayers? You're like, oh, it's not going to happen again. It's just a once in a 100-year thing. It's like, all right, well, when it happens again, they're going to be like, maybe you should do some more something. You're willing to bomb Iran every 3 weeks to prevent them from getting a nuclear bomb, but a few $1 million to, for a better warning system. Few million, 10 million, better warning system, or even any number of things so that when it does rain, the impact is a lot less. There's any number of things you could do. That's a bubble. Any number of things you could do, from very costly to not so costly to surprisingly uncostly, actually. If you're willing to have a little bit of imagination and vision. And also, a weird thing that I think about sometimes is, especially for things out west, is do you want a desert to stay a desert, or do you want it to become green? Because some people would be like, that would be great. It'd be great if a desert was a savanna or a grassland or a forest. But it's more of a kind of a philosophical question, because a desert, usually, a lot of deserts aren't completely desert. They have life in them. They have life. They have, I'm not saying I'm a fan of it, but they have like scorpions and spiders. They have a little bit of vegetation. They have life in them. They're not like total barren wasteland deserts. They have life. So if you go and you totally like geoengineer the shit out of them and make them like a totally different type of terrain, like a plains or a floodplain or something else. Like if you take it from what it looks like in West Texas or Arizona, and you transform it into East Texas or Louisiana or something like that, total lush greenland, you're completely changing the ecosystem and all the flora and fauna and stuff. And so it's kind of more of a philosophical question. If you can do it, do you want to do it? Should you do it? That's what you got to ask yourself first. Because I think we can do it. Should we do it? Do we want to do it? So I think it is possible to do those things. Do we want to do it? It's kind of like you have a small town. Trinity. Do you want to turn that small town into instead of a 2,500 population kind of, you travel through town? Do the people of the town want to revitalize it and make it and turn it into a place such that more and more people want to start coming there, and over the next 5 to 10 years, the place goes from 2,500 to 25,000 to 50,000, and all of a sudden they're like, all these city folk are coming here, and they're all woke and lefty and stuff, because that's what will happen if you start bringing in. Basically, if you make the town new and richer and everything, and a better life. If you make America great again, if you really make America great again, my friends, then I don't know what to tell you. It's gonna be great, which means it's gonna be shiny and pretty, and it's gonna look like everything that all of you don't like. And by all of you, I mean, back in the good old days, that's what I'm talking about. All of you old man yells at cloud kind of people don't like about stuff. So there you go. And that is why rural people, and this is not to lump all of you in the exact, but you really don't need to vote on things. And you shouldn't have the right to vote on like everything in all the weightiness that you kind of do. It's like you live in a different century, basically. You really, really do. And you want everybody to live in a different century too. Like, no, live back in baseball years when baseball was good. It's like baseball sucks. All right? It sucks. Actually, pretty much every sport sucks. Even football is kind of like, I I realize that's a hard thing for everyone to swallow. And yes, both footballs. That's right. Both of them. They both suck. Why? Because you have to like get outside and like move and stuff. So yeah. So I'm gonna go outside and move and stuff because it is nice. It's nice outside. I'm gonna do that for a little while. I have an invention in mind. I have lots of inventions in mind actually, but I don't have any money. So again, give me money so I can build my skunk works, my lab. I think everybody should have a lab, by the way. Just like everybody should have a therapist. I mean, unless you don't need a therapist, but then you're the weird one. All right, whatever. I think I've gone over my time. Tax the rich, sneak out the rich. Tax wealth, not work. What is that thing twirling up above my head? Boobs. Double boobs.